So in the traditional economy, companies always had the balance of power. So, they always held the factories, they always held the power, they would provide employment to society and whatnot. And so they had this, balance of power in the economy, right? And then all of a sudden they started abusing that power with producing advertising messages and whatnot and things like that. And people just got sick of that. People just got sick of being bombarded constantly with the buy my stuff now messages, And think about it. How upset do you get when a telemarketer rings you when you're at dinner with your family? You get pretty upset, right? So it was a case of, over the last few years, that there's been this entire shift from the old transaction-based economy, right, to this new social economy, which is also known as the relationship and reputation economy. And that's what really drives your success today, your relationship with your customers, your clients, your market, right, and your reputation within that market. Okay, so the way now when consumers, digitally savvy consumers, go about their business online is that they'll get an inkling for your products and services. They'll do a Google search, find out who sells that type of products and services. Then they'll visit your website, right? In the old school economy, that would be it. So even like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, right? They'll look at your website and decide, okay, this company sounds right, it looks right, I'm going to do business with them, right? And now there's been an even more shift. Now they're requiring other elements of that. So they go to your website and they actually look at, what sort of stuff you're saying there and if it's credible or not. They'll have a look around, your About Us page and whatnot. But now they want to go in deeper. They want to know what it's like to do business with you. And what that is that they're looking for your social media engagement. Okay, and it's almost like they go to a website and they suss out, okay, this company seems credible, but what's it actually like to deal with them? And then they go behind the scenes to get that third dimensional look of your company. And the third dimension comes from your social media marketing. What are you saying on your Facebook and your Twitter platforms? Are you representing, honestly, what you're saying on your company page, or are you dropping the ball and posting crappy articles or photos that aren't even relevant or offers all the time, the me, buy my stuff now things, So that is really how your customers view you in this digital age. And if your sales are going down, downhill, it's probably because you're ignoring that third dimension, or there's a mismatch between your corporate website and what you're putting out on the social media channels. To give you a clear example of this is if you go and have a look at, there was this company, a very successful book chain called Borders, right? And I used to love going to Borders. I used to love going in there and sitting down and reading books, and I'd spend hours in there. And every time I'd walk out of Borders, I'd buy like a stack of books. That's where all my money went, previously, right? And Borders ignored this thing called digital. They said Amazon was only for, geeks and whatnot. It was only online stuff, and they ignored it for so many years. And they went into administration last year. So, you can't ignore the third dimension, and now they're trying to play catch up. In contrast, there's another company here in Australia called fishpond.com.au that have really nailed their social media. You go to their website, it's beautifully designed, it's simple, it's clean, it's easy to use. You go to their Facebook page, right? And it's the same representation, and this goes back down to one of the models that I teach on stage in my How to Transform Social Media into Serious Dollars workshop, and that is the brand experience model, right? So you look at what's it like to do business with a person one-on-one, and how can you take that experience out to the rest of the world and replicate that same experience one-on-one through all of your marketing channels. So have a look at fishpond.com.au and go check out their Facebook page, because they're really doing amazing stuff. And if you ignore this third dimension, you better get a job, you better, get your resume together, because you're going to need it. So good luck with establishing the third dimension. And that is really how your customers view you in this digital age.